We're back. Welcome to another episode of Marketing, Successful Marketing, Sales, and Relationships for Adult Small Business Owners and Entrepreneurs, where we teach you the core four things that you need to run a beautiful, successful business, which are A, how to get customers, B, how to close customers, C, how to keep those customers and keep them buying longer, and D, how to capitalize off each and every customer you get so that you can have a more beautiful, wonderful business, which is going to give you a more beautiful, wonderful life. I am your host, best-selling author Sadon Long. My new nickname is AKA Mr. Better Than Your 401k, by the way. So, yeah, you'll probably hear me say that a few times. But anyway, let's just get right down to it. Thank you for tuning in for another episode. And today, what we're talking about is how great marketing can beat your 401k in 2024. So, was having a conversation the other day, and people were talking about their 401k and how much it was giving them back and what they were putting into it. And what I realized is that that's a really slow process. And not only is it a slow process, it really wasn't giving them the same type of return on their investment that I was getting my clients. So let's just say, for example, each check you put in $100. Okay, they match 50 of your 100 theoretically, just theoretically. So now at the end of the month, you put in $300. Okay, interest on that is what, 3 to 5%, maybe. Um, so now you're looking at maybe $340. Well, what if you made a product that people really, really needed and would give you money for, and you sold it for $3.99, and you averaged just one sale a week? At the end of the month, that's 12. Wait, no, no. At the end of the month, that's $1,600. So one way, you put in three, you get maybe 9 to 15 bucks. The other way, you build something, people want it, give you money for it, and you do 1,600. $390, two of which were yours, or 1,400 for something that maybe cost you 30 bucks to make or less. You do the math. Now I know it's on home. You're going to say, well, if it's that easy, why isn't everybody doing it? Okay. Well, again, you have to make something A that people want. That's the first step. If people don't want it, nobody's going to give you any money for it. Now, what do people want? Okay. Well, number one, people want something that's going to solve a problem they already have and or get them closer to solving that problem. Right now we see a lot of people who are taking Ozempic. Not really sure if that's how you say it, but I think it's Ozempic. Why? Because they want to lose weight and they think the shot's going to get them closer to the body that they want, which then in turn is going to help them get the job that they want, relationship that they want, um, attention that they want, confidence that they crave. So now, if you sell that, then guess what? People will give you money for it. Because at the end of the day, what they really want is to be more attractive to the opposite sex, to look better in their meetings because they think if they look better in the meetings, then they'll get the job that they gave to the girl that looked better than them. It's simple mental math. How are you going to get me to where I'm trying to go faster than the other person? We saw Oprah step down from Weight Watchers. Now I don't know, all the details of it, but perhaps the shot was working better than the Weight Watchers, or maybe the shot was easier than the Weight Watchers. I don't know. Okay. But what I will say is if one way I got to count calories, I got to watch what I eat, and the other way is, and again, I don't know this to be fact, and the other way is, okay, I take a shot, it suppresses my hunger, so now I'm less hungry. So now I don't really have to count calories because I'm not eating as much. and I'm losing the weight faster, I see how she could do it. Because what the other way is, it's harder. I got to pull these cards out. I got to look at each and every meal. And I'll be very honest with you. It's probably a lot easier to starve than it is to control your calories. Because starving is just, you're just not eating. But controlling your calories means that, hey, if there's more on my plate and more within my reach, I have to then discipline myself to not grab for more or eat more. But easier, simpler, faster is I'll take the shot. So again, if you could build something that people wanted, that they would want bad enough to give you money for, then they would give you said money. And I know you're like, well, a lot of people are doing it. There's a lot of people marketing. There's a lot of people with businesses, and they fail. Okay. Well, the reason they fail most times is because they didn't build it for someone. Like this program, this everything I do is for grown folks. It's for adult business owners who spent hard-earned money on brick and mortar locations, who spent hard-earned money to get their business started and their LLC and their website built. I do business with them. I do business for them. Everything I do is created to help them. Why? Because those are the people who have rent, kids, grandkids, aging parents, health issues of their own, you know, not enough money in their 401k. Okay. So those are the people who need my help the most. Those are the people I get the best results for. Why? Because they usually have way more experience and a better product to sell because of that experience than somebody who's a little bit younger. So again, let's just do the math. You know, you put in 200, you get back 109, 115 bucks. You build a product that people really want for $400, you get 1,600. Which one's better? Okay. Now you're gonna say, well, yeah, but I get interest on that. Okay, but if you got $1,200 in profit, just theoretically speaking, let's just call it $1,000 in profit. So I got $1,000 in profit this month. How long would it take for your interest to beat $1,000 in profit? And here's the other cool thing. If you get enough sales and you get enough profits from your sales, you can now use the money that you've accumulated to then buy more money, to then attract more money. Well, what do I mean when I say buy and attract? I mean that you're a lot more attractive to investors when you're making money. Okay, so now, just like with anything else, the credit card company's like, hey man, I see you really paying these bills off. You become a much better investment for them because now they can buy your money and use it. Here, take a higher limit. So if you have profits, meaning that you can pay your bills on time, meaning that your credit score goes up, then the credit company will see you as a better risk and offer you more money. Why? Because if you use the money, then they get interest. So they bought more money by giving you more credit. Because now if they give you $1,000, you spend $1,000, but you're gonna pay it back. So they only get what, 4% on their money. So now imagine if they gave you $10,000 and you paid it all back. How much bigger is 4% of 10,000 than 1,000? Now, what if we convinced you to use this for all your business needs, and now every month you're spending $25,000, $30,000? 4% of 30,000 is a lot better than 4% of 1,000. And if your business grows, they keep giving you more and more because you keep paying it back and paying it back. But the only way to pay it back, and if you know another way, tell me, is through wealth transfer. Okay. What is a wealth transfer? A wealth transfer is when somebody gives you money for your gift or your product or your service. So by having something that people buy and focusing on getting it to as many people as possible who are willing to buy it and getting a profit from that, now you made it easier for yourself to have more operating capital because now the bank wants to do business with you. And if they do business with you, now you can go into other markets and just repeat the formula that's working already. You know, just repeat what you're doing, add a little bit more money to it to maybe make it look a little bit better. You buy a better camera, you buy some more impactful relationships with people who are much better at parts of it that you aren't. Maybe you buy products at a better price now. So now your overhead goes down and your profit might actually even go up. 401k, $109. Next month, now you got 218 with a little bit more interest on that, maybe 223. Or the other way, again, if you build something that people want and you make sure that you get it in front of the people who are most likely to buy it and you do it consistently. You know, not one email and then I don't send another email for 3 weeks. You know, not one live and then I'll do another live for 4 months. You know, not one cold call and then I hang up and I go do something else. But that I consistently focus on driving sales with people who know me, people who know of me, so that I can then get enough testimonials to then attack the people who don't know me. And I could get referrals to people who don't know me so that now they become people who do know me and give me their money as well. And in the process that I continue to build out my back end business so that the people who do know me buy from me again and again and again and again. And then I celebrate them. And this is me breaking down, my 7-get system, by the way. And then I celebrate and elevate them so that they become a beacon that draws other people. Or I could put $100 away every 2 weeks and then hope in 30 years I've accumulated enough money to retire. And that nothing ever happens and that they never stop, matching my contribution, that they're managing the fund properly, that, it doesn't become Enron 2.0. So anyway, here's the other thing that you can do. Because see, if you become a successful business owner who's got sales, not only do the banks want to mess with you, everybody else wants to mess with you too. Why? Because you become a great story. You become someone who has a process, a system, not a plan, but a process and a system that has been proven to work over time. So now people want to interview about it. So tell me your story. How you went from nothing to everything. How you left your job and became superstar business owner. How you overcame all of these issues. Because in order to get to the other side, you're going to have to overcome these issues, right? You know, and if 50 to 80% of the businesses fail in the first 5 years, and you manage to make it to 7, you must know something that most people don't, which puts you in rarefied air, right? Makes you unique, right? Who doesn't want to interview the unique person? Because the unique person obviously knows something that everybody else doesn't know. And for people who are potting and trying to do television and trying to do radio, they need people that are going to pull in viewers. And what pulls people in better than your story? You successful. You a boss. You got millions of dollars. You got tons of properties, whatever it is. So now not only do people want to interview you, people want to learn your system. So now you can do seminars and webinars and do them ethically, by the way. Don't be a scammer, you know, but do them ethically. Meaning that you give people what they pay for, meaning that you're not trying to just, create some type of quick money scheme for yourself, and then the other people walk away with no ability to replicate what you do in any way, shape, or form. You know, speaking of which, April 2nd, 600K and 5 month blueprint. Again, another brick in the how to turn free social media into cold hard cash saga journey, whatever you want to call it. That's what we're running. And by the way, it's right now for the first 30 people, $99. And anybody who doesn't make 4 times that $99, I will personally work with them until they do. So again, if you don't make more than the $99, I'll personally work with you until you do. So if you don't get 4 times your investment, I'll work with you until you get 4 times your investment for free. Now, mind you, I've made people millions of dollars. I'm pretty sure I can make you 400. So if you're at home with 100 and it's like, man, I got a business, I don't really know if I should spend this money or not, spend $100. Because worst case scenario, you get somebody who charges tens of thousands of dollars to work with you for free. That's the worst case scenario. So there's really no loss there. But again, as I was saying, now you at home, you have something people want. People have given you money for it. You've now increased your notoriety because now people know you and they know you for doing what you do. So now you can write books. And if you write a book detailing your system, some people will then want to know your system. You know, something like this. You know, you know, detailing everything, that Dwayne ever thought or knew up until that point about how to be successful. And at that point, I think he had maybe 200 doors and counting. He had multiple retail outlets. And he's a guy, man, who literally came up from just outside the projects during the drug era. And now he's one of the richest black men in the country. But when you do that, people want to know how you did it. So again, 2 months of 401k might get you maybe $300 gain. But if you actually build something that people want, and you work really hard to make sure you get it in front of people who are most likely to give you that money consistently, it should outperform your 401k, especially if you're consistent and you can actually deliver what it is that you're promising people. I don't care what it is. It could be cakes. You could be a cake making machine, and then teach people how to make the cakes privately. Okay. I'll come over, hour of my time costs this. And in that hour, we'll bake 2 cakes. So not only will we bake them, I'll show you how to bake them. I'll show you what to do to make sure that you get them to taste just like mine. Again, games to be sold, not told. Same thing if you're somebody who's great at landscaping. I'll come over. We'll do a one-on-one. We'll walk your grass. I'll show you how to get these weeds up. I'll show you how to plant these flowers. I'll show you exactly what to do to get the result that I've been getting for other people. Now, mind you, what's better? $200 in 2 months or $300 right now that you can then replicate multiple times? Now, maybe you're saying, man, that stuff doesn't work. What part doesn't work? The part that people are searching for solutions and using solutions that really don't get them the result that they want? Or the part that we don't really have the dedication to it long enough to make it work? Which part doesn't work? Because I guarantee you right now, there's somebody messing up a cake as we speak. I guarantee you right now, there's somebody who wish they had a better yard. I guarantee you right now, there's somebody who wish they can lose weight. I guarantee you right now, somebody who's wishing that they could get more sales. Somebody who's wishing that they could get promotion on their job. There's thousands of people out here who are failing each and every day and spending big money to fail. Hiring personal trainers, hiring coaches, hiring marketing people, and getting no return on their investment. So if you actually have a proven system that you could then teach other people and you were diligent about getting the message out there to people who know you, to people who know of you, and using the people who know and know of you to then help you get to people who don't, and you did it long enough, it should outperform your 401k. But the question is, are you going to do it long enough? You know, are you going to go days without posting? You know, are you going to go days without reaching out to people who may want to give you some money? You know, are you going to just leave it up to chance as to whether or not this works? Or are you going to get in the mix and consistently do the work that is required to get it done? Most people didn't fail because they had bad products. Most people actually have pretty good products. But what most people fail to do is really take getting sales seriously. You know, again, social media is probably going to be majority strangers. So, when's the last time you gave a stranger your money? Okay. So, if your plan at home is to only take advantage of strangers, how likely is that to be a plan that works? Okay. I'm going to go out and I'm going to give flyers to strangers. Okay. I'm going to go live and I'm only going to talk to strangers. Okay. I'm going to put up a website and hope that strangers find it. What is the hardest thing to convert? People who do not know you. So now, in order to turn people who don't know you into people who do know you, you have to consistently show up. You got to keep doing the lives. You got to keep posting. You got to keep doing videos. You got to keep commenting and liking and getting in groups and asking questions and interacting with people until you build a reputation, not a brand, a reputation, and become recognizable so that you are no longer a stranger. And that may take months. You may actually have to do this for months and years in order to no longer be a stranger to people. Because again, when's the last time you gave money to a stranger? So now we have the people who know of you. Okay. Those aren't strangers. They know what you do, but they don't know why what you do should matter to them. You know, they don't know exactly what you do well enough to tell other people. So now to the people who kind of know you, who are saying, "Oh, well, sis, she a life coach." You know, "Oh, sis, she do something with flowers." Okay, those people, they can't refer you anybody because they don't really know what you do. So now to the people who know of you, are you willing to put together a clear message that allows people to fully understand exactly what you do? Now, don't call me a marketing guy. Sadon's a sales generator who uses marketing. Now, if you are trying to get your dollars up and you want to use marketing to do it, he is the guy you call. Even if the interview goes bad on a referral, I'm fine with that. I had an interview go horrible the other day. But at the end of the interview, you know what I still knew? That I could meet their objectives. Now, maybe we didn't speak each other's language, or maybe we were kind of, you know, couldn't find our rhythm in the interview. But we did both realize that, hey, let's get past all that and figure out how you can help me. Yeah, this is a little weird, and we'll get past the weirdness, but you can actually help me. So now, when the people who kind of know of you, even if it's poorly done or it's not as good as, say the people that you're friends with who keep trying to compare you to all these people who've been doing it for tens and thousands of years and spending millions of dollars to do it, even if it's not quite good as that, but people know that it works, you still have a much better chance of outperforming your 401k. Again, even if it's not as good looking, but it is as effective, it can still outperform your 401k. And here's the way you can frame it: I'm way better than the people who are cheaper than me, and I'm way better than anybody else who's more expensive than me for the price that I am. So, again, I'm way better. That's what you want to be saying. That I'm way better than anybody who's cheaper than me. And for the people who are more expensive than me, I'm way better than they are for the price that you're going to pay. So now it's not about whether or not you like me. It's not about whether or not we get along. It's not about any of that. It's I can give you a result at a price that nobody else can. So now you can freely go search the world all over, but you're not going to find nobody. And guess what? If you do it long enough, it should outperform your 401k. Because the average person isn't putting millions of dollars in their 401k. So if you had millions of dollars, would you really put them in a 401k as opposed to buy some real estate? Yeah. So let's just circle back real quick because I feel like I left something out. So yeah, people are going to like and know you and want to interview you if you have a really successful track record. You're going to then be able to invest on a different level because now deals are going to come to you and you're going to be able to take advantage of those deals if you're focused on converting followers, likes, insights, contact information to customers. So now, if you get your dollars up and your profits are up and you're consistently bringing in revenue each and every month, now someone comes to you and they say, hey, here's an opportunity for you to buy a building. Here's an opportunity for you to invest in cannabis. Here's an opportunity for you to get into Turo. Here's an opportunity for you to get into a variety of different businesses that now, because you have money, you can take advantage of. And then the other thing, if an opportunity comes your way that you don't really have the skills to get into, you can just pay the people who do. Right now, maybe you don't have a non-for-profit. Maybe you don't know how to get grants. But what's going to be the easiest route for you? To pay somebody who knows how to get grants and put together a 501c and fill out all this paperwork? Or to sit up all night taking time that you should be spending working on your business and getting sales and devote it to that? Which one would you prefer to do? Would you prefer to read through all of this stuff? Or would you prefer somebody to take a meeting with someone who could then break all this stuff down for you, make it really simple, tell you where to sign, and get the result? You know, CEOs are not sitting around trying to figure this stuff out. They're hiring people. They're starting committees. They're researching companies. But until you get to that point, you can't do that. Why? Because you can't afford it. Because anybody who could get you millions of dollars is probably going to charge you thousands of dollars, which means that you have to have made thousands of dollars. So that's why you got to focus on consistently getting in front of people who are most likely to give you money, starting with people who know you and allowing the people who know you and the people who know of you to then introduce you to the people who don't. Or you need to be consistently posting things that your customer base cannot ignore. Because if you post things that your customer base cannot ignore, like how to get it faster, how to get it easier, how to get it simpler, how to avoid failing at it, how to maintain it, then the platforms are going to do a third party introduction. And what's a third party introduction on a platform? Because you watch these videos, here's a video we think you might like, i.e., meet my friend who I think can help you based on what you've been watching. But if you're not posting consistently and you're not posting things that are going to help the client or potential client, why would they watch? You know, had a conversation with somebody yesterday and they were talking about their process. And I was talking about the benefits of their process. And they're like, well, we're going to teach the process. I'm like, but people don't care about the process. People care about what the process allows them to do. So if you focus on the process, it means nothing. And here's the analogy that I used. Okay, there are a ton of aspirin on the shelf. People don't care which one they buy as long as it gets rid of their headache. Now they get the more famous brand because allegedly the more famous brand gets rid of their headache. Now, here's something that I learned. When I learned that aspirin was aspirin, and in order to be aspirin, it had to meet a certain standard, then I realized that it didn't really matter which brand I bought because basically the fundamental confirmation, the fundamental makeup of it was all the same. Because if it wasn't, they couldn't call it aspirin. So whether I buy the generic aspirin or the brand, it's still aspirin and it's still going to cure my headache. So now I can get 50 pills for $4 cheaper than I could get 12 pills in the other one. But they'll both work. So now what did I do? I bought the 50. Why? Because it was a better deal and it allowed me to get to where I wanted to go just as fast. Now, can I tell you what's in aspirin? Absolutely not. What I can tell you is that, hey, I had a headache and now I don't have one anymore. You know, and that there are some other benefits that maybe if I'm having a stroke or something, that aspirin might help. Again, not medical advice, just something that I heard aspirin does. And I could be wrong. You know, look it up for yourself. But again, don't know what's in it. Not even interested what's in it. When you go to McDonald's, all you know is you're hungry. You don't know what's in the Big Mac. You don't know where it came from. You don't know what cheese they use. You don't know what factory that the buns were made in. None of that. You just know you're hungry, and this is going to keep you sustained through the rest of your day. So what am I selling? Am I selling, hey, here's our process? Or am I selling, hey, you know, you want to get something that's going to get you through the rest of the day? You know, because the ingredients don't solve the process. I mean, the ingredients don't solve the problem. Again, the ingredients do not solve the problem. I said it 3 times, I know. But they don't solve the problem. What solves the problem is the solution. So now, when you're starting to sell, you sell the benefit. If I'm talking about the product, I'm talking about a feature. If I am talking about what it does and allows and unlocks, then I'm talking about a benefit. There's the difference. Okay. People are buying the benefits. Now I know somebody at home's gonna say, but well, what about, have it your way? Or what about never frozen, always fresh? Okay. Here's the thing with that. Dollar menu came along and kicked that thing right in the teeth. Cheaper, faster, simpler. Why? Because it helped people get what they want. Yeah, these burgers have probably been frozen, but they're $1. And if you get the combo meal and you upsize it, you'll get a whole bunch of fries and an icy drink to go with it. So, yeah, you can't have it your way. We're going to put the special sauce on all of them unless you ask us not to. But it's not going to cost you the same. Again, should outperform your 401k, man, if you do it right. You know, and if you need help doing it right, go over to growingrich.com, click the Make Money Fast button, and what's going to happen is they're going to send me an email. I'm going to send you an email back. Then we're going to set up an appointment. We're going to talk about your business. We're going to talk about your goals, what your numbers are, and what you're trying to reach. And anything that you learn during that call that you can then use to make money, you get to keep it and do it for free. I can't think of a better offer than that. That somebody who's made millions of dollars, closed millions of deals, counseled, advised, and worked with Emmy winners, CEOs, millionaires, multimillionaires, by the way, is willing to take a call with you. If it's good enough for those people, surely it's good enough for you. And the offer is just simply, hey man, tell me what's going on. I'll tell you where I think you're going wrong, or you could be doing better. You walk away from it doing what I tell you to do, or at least with enough clarity to know what to do, and you get to see the benefit of it. Had a make money fast call. 15 minutes later, lady raised her price and got $1,500 more dollars. Had a make money fast call. Or actually bumped into a friend in the supermarket. 15-minute conversation from produce to meat turned into $500. Sometimes it's just saying, hey, have you tried this? And I won't upsell you. If you think after the call, like, man, I really want to work with him, then cool. We'll talk about it. If you say, hey, I never want to talk to him again, that's fine too. But take advantage of the opportunity while the opportunity is available. Bottom line. Because at the end of the day, you need this stuff to turn into money. And if it does not turn into money, how long are you going to stay in business? And if you are at a point where you're starting to go out of business and you can't make payroll, how many people are you going to disappoint? How bad is that going to ruin your name in the community? How much is that going to limit your ability to get money in the future? And how is that going to affect your family? Having to tell your kids no. Having to worry about how to keep stuff on, moving money around, putting something on the card until now there's no more card to put something on. What happens if a parent gets sick? Can you afford to sustain them and you without sales? One last thing. Now, the reason we work jobs is because they pay us. So why would a business be any different? Okay. So if you're working a business, even if it's yours and it's not paying you, is that a good thing? Ask yourself. Think about it. And again, after thinking about it, go over to growingrich.com and click the Make Money Fast button. It's free. And something that's not free but almost free and has a great benefit, which is coming up, which is April 2nd, which is the 600K and 5 months blueprint. Now, mind you, this is how a client and I Made 600K in 5 months. There's a variety of steps that the average person is not using because the average person is not getting those results. And I'm not promising that everybody will, because if you're selling something for $20, it's going to be really hard to get you to 600K. So, again, what I can promise is that it'll help you become the best version of you in your business. But again, it's 99 bucks. And if you don't do 4 times the 99, I will work with you personally until you do. So you can either click the link in the comments, or you could go over to grownandrich.com, click the make money fast button, and get your seat, because it's 99 bucks, but it's only for the first 25 people. So until next time, this has been your business big bro, Sadon Long, aka the most dangerous man in marketing, aka better than your 401k, signing out. Have a great weekend. I love you. It has been an honor as always. Have a good one. Do 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 do.